Are you ready, Monarchs fans? It's time for the Old Dominion Football Show with Bruce Rader and Coach Bobby Wilder.
Game 2 on the road at UMass. A 17-7 win by the Monarchs. Mission accomplished. 2 W's in the win column. Only 4 more needed to become bowl eligible, but the postseason is not a concern this week. Instead, the Monarchs prepare for the North Carolina Tar Heels. And what is the most anticipated college football game in Hampton Roads history? A big-time game at SB Ballard Stadium. Will ODU be up for the task? Let's find out. The Old Dominion Football Show starts now. Can you tell I'm excited? I'm Bruce Rader along with Coach Bobby Wilder. Welcome to the Old Dominion Football Coach. Coach, this is why Old Dominion moved up to FBS. This is what your fans demanded. Home games against ACC opponents like NC State, North Carolina on Saturday, Virginia Tech next year. Right. It doesn't get any more exciting than this.
No, it doesn't, Bruce. And I was thinking about this earlier in the week. Game 1, when we started back in 2009, was Chowan. Game 100 is North Carolina at home. Just to think how far we've come. And like our fans, these are the games we want to play. Our players want to play against North Carolina and Virginia Tech. And you pointed out, Bruce, it's North Carolina at home this year. Next year, it's Virginia Tech. We're going to have UVA at home. We're going to have Wake Forest. So we're continuing to build on that schedule, but this is really exciting.
Give the people what they want. Now, obviously, the big story all week on the Sports Wrap, the season-ending injury to your top receiver, Jonathan Duhart, the knee injury suffered by Melvin Vaughn. How has this affected your game plan going into the Carolina game?
Well, it's next man up, but obviously it's really hard. You lose your top receiver, your tight ends out. Hopefully, we can get Melvin Vaughn back. He had surgery yesterday. Hopefully we can get him back by Florida Atlantic, Bruce, our first league game, which is after the bye at North Carolina Tech bye. Ray Lowry, game time decision. Chad Hendricks, we lost Chad, our starting right tackle in the UMass game. Hopefully he'll be back Florida Atlantic. So 4 of our top players are out, but it's next man up. Coach Scott and I have talked about this. We're going to need to be creative Saturday in this football game, which we'll do. We've got to try to find a way to produce points on offense.
Once again, last Saturday, your defense and special teams were just outstanding, Coach. Actually, a record-breaking performance by the pass rushers. You got to be a proud papa when it comes to them.
Wow, very much so. We've redefined ourselves, Bruce, as you know. We used to be all about offense and just score as many points as we could. Now it's about the defense. They set the school record in week 1 at Albany with 7 sacks, broke the record this past week with 8 sacks against UMass. I don't know if we've got 9 sacks in us this week, Bruce. It's going to be difficult, but that part of it has really helped us, Bruce. It's helped us to stop drives, and we played really good pass coverage, and the special teams has been big. Bailey Cates punting well. Brad Davis and Nick Rice are kicking the ball well right now. We're covering it, so we've got to keep doing a good job in field position. Field position will be critical in this game.
All right, let's talk about North Carolina. They struggled on defense during their first 2 games, but they played a tough, undefeated Louisville team last week, led by Heisman Trophy winner Lamar Jackson, and boy, are they big up front on both sides of the ball.
They are. You mentioned Lamar Jackson. He's like in his own category. He went for 530 total yards in that game. He's done it to everybody. He's done it to Florida State. He's done it to Clemson. They've struggled defensively, but here's the interesting thing, Bruce. Cal's a good football team. Louisville, they've led both those games in the fourth quarter. And then they've lost the game in the fourth quarter. They lost to Cal close. Louisville beat them by a couple touchdowns late. They're big. They're physical up front. They're playing 2 quarterbacks right now like we are, Bruce. The quarterbacks are completing a high percentage of their throws. They've got good skilled players. This will be a major challenge for us.
All right, so you bring up the quarterbacks. For the past 2 weeks, we've seen both Blake LaRussa and Jordan Hoy at quarterback. Jordan, a junior college transfer, obviously still learning the system. He had a game-winning touchdown on a nice run at UMass, but then Blake also threw a touchdown pass to Duhart in the first half. Can you tell us your plans for quarterback this week? I promise we won't tell anybody.
Okay, just between us and our audience, right? Don't tell North Carolina. Both quarterbacks are going to play again, Bruce. They're both playing solid football. The biggest difference between week 1 Albany, week 2 UMass is 0 turnovers. We didn't turn the ball over in this football game. We're looking for one of them to step forward and take the position right now. And until that happens, both guys are going to play.
All right. Ray Lowry, one of the best running backs in college football. Now, you held him back last week so he could nurse his hamstring. Jeremy Cox, I'll tell you what, the kid's been a trooper out there. Yeah. But we hope to see both of them on the field on Saturday.
Yeah, I wish Lowry was healthy right now, Bruce. It's been just a constant issue with that hamstring. He's going to be a game-time decision Saturday. He hasn't practiced yet this week. We're hoping that we can get him out there Friday for practice. We're hoping that'll happen. But Cox is averaging 20 carries a game. Jamonta Jackson has stepped up. Brandon Simmons. Guys got to step up. Football, unfortunately, is a physical game, and we're hoping we can get Ray back healthy. But like I said, game-time decision.
Well, Coach, the fans, the media, everybody excited about Saturday's game. Yes. It's going to be a festive day, but how are the players dealing with all of this?
They're really excited, Bruce. First of all, they love playing at home because we sell out. The crowd's really good. We're on a long winning streak at home right now, dating back a couple of years. They're really excited. They understand the magnitude of this game. They know who North Carolina is. They grew up knowing about North Carolina, the university. So it's a really exciting time for the players. The students on campus, their classmates are asking them a lot about it. And these are the type of games, Bruce, you want to play in. If you're a competitive person, you want games of this magnitude. It's a big day for Old Dominion University.
All right, when we come back, as we mentioned, the Monarchs' defense has been spectacular so far this season. But does safety Sean Carter have what it takes to go one-on-one with Nathan Epstein in the 1-minute drill? And Coach Wilder answers your questions in the Coach's Corner as the Old Dominion Football Show rolls on.
Welcome back to the Old Dominion Football Show. We're joined by Sean Carter, the junior safety for Old Dominion. He's going to join us for the 1-minute drill. So who is the best-dressed teammate?
Ooh, gotta go with Justin Noy.
Who sometimes can be the worst-dressed teammate?
Prince Ajegwu. He's terrible. His fits are terrible.
That's terrible.
What makes them terrible?
His style, because he's from Maryland, so his style is, you got that Maryland style. Nah, up here you can't rock that.
If you were not playing football, you would be what?
Probably just back at home, working, trying to do whatever I can to become a coach like I want to.
You want to become a coach?
Yes, sir.
The most interesting thing about you is what?
I think my IQ for the game. I'm one of the smartest people on the team when it comes to football. Everybody on the defense knows it. In the room, the safeties, they all know it. So, that's probably interesting for me.
And what is the perfect day off for you?
Perfect day off is not doing nothing. It would be in my bed all day sleeping. But we rarely get those days. But when we do, I take full advantage.
We ask this to every player. What's your favorite thing about being a Monarch?
Walking through this door right here, going to the field, seeing those fans screaming, ready for us to whoop whoever we're playing, and going through that smoke.
He's going to try and enjoy the moment this year. Sean Carter, junior safety for the Monarchs. Why don't you say goodbye to the Monarch Nation?
Goodbye, Monarch Nation.
Coach Sean is a hard hitter and a ball hawk, but he's going to have to be on his toes on Saturday.
Yes, he will. He's a great story, Bruce. He's one of 24 of our players throughout our program, our 8 years, that's gone from a walk-on to earning a full scholarship. He redshirted in 14 and 15. He had 48 tackles, was 6 on the team. Last year, 60 tackles, was 3rd as a safety, so he can play in the box, physical player. And as he told us, he's smart. We'll back it up. He's a very good football player.
All right, your questions in the Coach's Corner coming up next. Time now to hear from you fans. It's the Coach's Corner. First question, Coach Joey from Chesapeake asks, what do you make of Liberty's move up to FBS as an independent?
I think it's a good move for them and their school, Bruce. And before they announced this, Turner Gill had called me. We spoke in January at a coaches convention. He told me they were getting ready to do this. They asked all the right questions. They called our administration, asked all the right questions. Ian McCaw, who's their new athletic director, I've known him from back at his time at Maine. They have the resources, as you and I both know. They're about to complete a $30 million indoor practice facility. They've got everything they need to have, Bruce, financially. I think it's a good move for their school, and they can handle it.
All right, next question comes to us from Charles in Virginia Beach. Have you been able to maintain such continuity on your coaching staff, and how does that help in recruiting?
It makes all the difference in the world, Bruce, in recruiting. And the other thing you and I have talked about is for the players, the continuity of working with the same coach. And I think, Bruce, whether it's a football staff, whether it's here, if you enjoy who you work with, it makes it a lot of fun. And we've got great staff continuity. We all get along really well. Sometimes the grass isn't always greener. If you've got a good rapport with your staff, then you can have good relationships. And I hope we can keep this staff together because this is a good staff, Bruce.
So do the fans. All right, fans, this is what you've been waiting for. A showdown at home against an ACC opponent with a pregame flyover.
Flyover.
A 3:30 kickoff. The tailgating is going to be crazy.
He knows that, tailgating.
That's right. Coach, anything the fans can do for you?
If they could be as loud as they've ever been, Bruce, that would be a big help for us. North Carolina tries to go fast, up-tempo, and a lot of what they do. Crowd noise would be a huge help Saturday when they're on offense.
All right, we'll find out. Remember, if you have a question for Coach Wilder next week, email me at bruce.rader@wavy.com, and I'll see you Saturday at the game.
Yes, he will, in the tailgate.
That's right, and during the game, too. And I'm going to bring the kids. Everybody wants a ticket to this game. And you said your DVRs and join us every Thursday night at 10:45 for the Old Dominion Football Show. Coach, it doesn't get any better than this. This is big-time college football.
Fired up. Here we go.
All right, here we go. Good night, everybody.
Good night.